So now we're looking down the pit of the truck unloading grate at the stick shed at Murtoa. So down the bottom there, you can see the water is the bottom of a grain elevator. That elevator lifts the grain up, comes all the way up here through this chute, then onto a conveyor belt, which would have been considerably longer, and can then be unloaded into the shed. So this shed is a one-of-a-kind example of something that was built during World War II. I believe there was something like 37 of these sheds. They were built very quickly as emergency grain storage, built out of local timber, mountain ash. They were built quickly. You can see up there a lot of metal strips using to brace things. No bolts, no nuts, no precision engineering. It was built quickly in order to be able to do something for the war. The floors here, all made out of concrete. These concrete was mixed in hand barrows and all poured individually. You can see over many years of work it's cracked, and in some places we can even see they've done some repairs. This shed has a floor space of 4 acres and would originally have been able to hold a sizable quantity of grain. The grain would have filled in this conveyor belt that you can see at the top. Down the other end of this shed is where trains could unload. Up this end of the shed is where trucks could unload. And the grain would all be piled up in the middle here. I've worked in sheds like this, not of this age. Sheds built in the 60s, not in the 40s. But they're hot, they're dusty, it's difficult work, and one of the key things that I had when I was working in a shed like this is that it's a waste of time wearing shoes. No matter what you do, you always get your boots full of grain, so you learn to take your shoes off when you're working in the grain piles. In order to store the wheat, they would have to manage the temperature. You don't want it to get too hot. The wheat can sweat and go mouldy. You need to manage the moisture levels. You don't want to get moisture too high or the wheat will go mouldy. And you also got to be careful of bugs. So they would have to treat this with different chemicals in order to kill the weevils. This is an incredible piece of engineering for its day, and the fact that it's been preserved here and is still standing, that's phenomenal. And I'm very impressed and very appreciative of the fact that we still have this here. We can come and explore it, and we can learn a little bit about our past. Thank you.